Well, hi guys. Welcome to Art-Tastic Time with Ms.Fawn and Miss Hazel.
Hi.
This week in your packages, you're going to find 1, 2, 3 boards. We are going to do 3 different videos with these boards this week. So the first one we're going to start with is this one. You're also going to find little paint pots, so get your paint out. What we thought we would do is make a trio of galaxy pictures. So we're going to start with this one. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take a couple coats of black paint and we're going to cover this with black paint. So get your stuff out and we'll meet back here and we'll get these covered, and then we're going to have to let them dry. So we will stop the video and give it time to dry, and then we'll continue on with our project. So get yourself some newspaper spread out so that you don't make a mess, your paint brushes, your water. We're gonna use little plates for mixing our paint on. You can just do it out of the, well, you probably want something to mix some paint on, so a paper plate would be good. Make sure you spread out newspaper. We put down some paper so we don't make a mess. And get your stuff ready, and we'll see you back here in just a minute. So welcome back everybody. So we're going to put our 2 little canvases off to the side because that's going to be later this week. So you're going to start with your big canvas, and for it to look like a galaxy, we're going to want it painted black as our background. So we're just going to get that black and just get a good coat of paint on that wood. Actually on this board.
Yeah.
Because you need a good coat of paint. And I would let this dry and go ahead and do a second coat of paint so that you have a nice black background to start with. And that's why you want the newspaper down, because see how we're kind of getting off of our board a little bit. It can't really be helped with a paintbrush. So that's why you want to make sure and put newspaper down so you're not making a big mess, and the paper can just be thrown away when you're done. We're just putting a nice even coat of paint. Make sure you spread it out evenly. And that gives us our beautiful black background. We're going to let that dry, and then we'll start laying down some of our other colors that we're going to use. So I gave you guys little pots with the black and the dark blue and the purple and some yellow and orange, as that is the only paints I had enough of to give everybody some. So we're gonna make use of what we have, and we're gonna make these pictures incredible. So everybody should have 5 colors of paint in your bags, black being one of them. You can take and you can mix any of those colors to make other colors if you want. So you can experiment with that a little bit in your galaxy picture. But we're just gonna start by getting this nice and solid black. So we have to let this dry. We want them to be good and dry, so we're gonna give it a little bit of drying time. Let it dry on this layer, and then go ahead and do one more layer, and then we'll all get back together and we'll continue on with our painting, okay? Ready? All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, now that we have got our canvas painted black and it's dry, we got out our other colors. And we are going to start with a nice brush. And so the first thing we're going to do to make a galaxy is I'm just going to take a little bit of blue and I'm going to put it over here. And I want to mix just a touch of that black in that blue to make it a little bit darker. Here's your plate. So I've made a little bit of a darker shade of blue. And then we're just gonna kind of dab it on there in just any kind of old shape you want. We're just kind of giving a little bit of color behind our galaxy. And I'm just dabbing that on, not really paying attention. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of purple and I'm gonna go right over that blue. And that's gonna give us a little bit of color on here. Kind of like making the Milky Way. So we're getting that blue and that black kind of in a weird pattern on our canvas. Just use your imagination. It's however you want it to be. You can have some random little spots of color. And I'm just kind of dabbing that in there. Adding a little more color where I think it needs more color. Picking up a little of that purple. And so it's looking kind of like that. Next I'm going to pick up just a touch of that orange and I'm going to add that to it so it has a little brightness to it. Just barely picking up some of that orange, just on the corner of your paintbrush. So this is kind of a layering effect we're doing here. And we're just kind of dabbing that paint in until we're happy with our background colors. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a really stiff brush. So this one is a pretty stiff brush. And I'm going to dab it into the yellow, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to splatter it on there. I'm just going to splatter that paint right on there. You're going to get a little on your fingers. That's why you want to have something on the table.
Like this, Nina.
Yep. Okay. Something you can. I'm going to take some of that orange and do the same thing. And that makes our little stars and planets. And just kind of spatter it around where you want it. You can also use an old toothbrush for this. I'm getting splatters in my paint over here. I'm also going to do it with the blue, just to give it some
Blam. Oh, look at my finger.
Yeah, we'll have to wash our hands when we're done.
Yeah, we will. Before we touch everything.
And I'm not even cleaning off my brush in between those colors. I'm just picking up a little more color and doing it again.
Little orange. Don't mind that sound.
What was that noise?
My tablet.
Oh.
I forgot to take care of my animals. I'm talking Tom and I'm talking Angela and talking Hank and talking Ginger. I have all the people in there.
That one's not working so well, so I'm going to grab another one. Try it again. So when you get too much paint in your brush, it doesn't work as well. And we're just kind of layering this on.
That got in my eye.
I'm sorry. You okay?
No, I did it with my brush.
Oh, are you okay?
A little boo got in my eye, yeah. That kind of burnt my eye a little. It hurt my
And so this one's just a fun little project to do. Doesn't take that long. When we put the 3 pictures together, they're gonna look fabulous.
Yeah, they are. We can do the planets next to it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, huh? So,
Look at
we're
the
probably
black.
gonna pick a couple planets to accessorize this picture with.
I want to do Mars and Venus. Ew, look at what color it's making on my brush. I'm gonna go wash my fingers. Look at
Almost
them.
done.
Look at them, Nana.
Yeah, we'll wash them. Look how cool that looks, Hazel. All right, so you go ahead and layer as much as you want, and as you can see, it looks like the stars up in the sky. And Hazel's looks pretty cool as well. So just use your imagination. Paint this as much or as little as you want. Like I said, you can use an old toothbrush to spatter the paint with. Don't forget to clean up after yourselves. We made a little bit of a mess here, but it's all contained on our paper.
Yeah.
So make sure you put enough paper out. Let these dry and set them off to the side. And then to get ready for our next video on Wednesday, you can go ahead and paint your little boards ahead of time because these are going to be a black background as well. So if you want to paint these up ahead of time, we're going to use one on Wednesday and one on Friday. And on Friday, we'll show you how to put these all together. So you guys have fun. Make sure you put all your stuff away. You should have enough paint to do all 3 of these projects. I'm sorry I couldn't supply everybody with brushes. Hopefully you can come up with your own paint brushes. Or you can even use sticks with leaves on them. You can use a stick to splatter the paint with. You can use an old toothbrush that's not good anymore. There's lots of ways to try it. So just use your imagination. Try to go crazy with it. Hopefully yours looks kind of like ours. We're having a little fun making our own little galaxies. If you have any white paint, you can add a little white to it in the splatter, but I did not have white paint in my stuff enough to send everybody. So, and I only had enough cups to do 5 colors of paint. So I chose wisely with what I wanted to do. But hopefully you guys have fun with this. We had fun doing it, huh? Was this a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it? All right. So until we see you next time, happy painting. You guys have a good time with this one. We're having fun with it. We will meet again on Wednesday and we'll do one of the small canvases and we'll show you how this is all going to fit together. So until then, bye. Say bye.
Bye.